Hi, my name is Daniel Brandis. I'm the director of the Foundation Year program here at the University of King's College. The Foundation Year program is the oldest and most distinguished program of its kind in Canada. It is an interdisciplinary core text or great books style program that brings together great works from across the traditional disciplines and moves forward in time from the ancient world all the way up to and including the 21st century. What do I mean when I say interdisciplinary? In the first place, I mean we don't read any textbooks. Our students read only the works themselves that are responsible for generating the concepts that have formed our tradition. But not only that, I mean that we go out of our way to ignore or dismiss traditional disciplinary boundaries which artificially separate works of literature from works of philosophy, the sciences, economics, history, the arts. So in an average FIP week, students will read on Monday a work of literature, on Wednesday a work of philosophy, on Thursday a work from the natural sciences, and on Friday a play. That's not uncommon in the Foundation Year program. And we move forward chronologically from the ancient world to the medieval period, to the Renaissance, then early modernity, the 19th century or age of revolutions, and we end in the contemporary world, where we read texts that were written as recently as 15 or 20 years ago. So it is an incredibly wide-ranging and ambitious program. It may not be for everyone, but for someone who wants to throw himself or herself into the tradition and really understand it from its core concepts, there's nothing quite like it, I believe. I'd like to spend a minute or two describing the average everyday FIP experience. So every student in the program attends lecture together from 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning, with a small break in the middle for a cup of coffee. Then at 11:30, students break off into smaller groups of 12 to 15, and that's their tutorial group. And it's in tutorial that much of the learning and struggling and questioning and answering is done. And these are privileged, encouraging spaces where students are able to throw out their opinions, however strange or challenging or new they may be, and allow their assumptions to be transformed in a safe and encouraging space with their classmates. So students go through the year in the same tutorial from September all the way up to April or May. That is to say, you spend your entire year with the same 12 or 15 students, and you grow very comfortable and familiar with them, and comfortable sharing challenging opinions and ideas in this safe space. Now, every tutorial will have a main tutor, who they'll have for 3 of the 6 sections, and then 3 additional tutors, so that by the end of the year, every student will have met and have studied with 4 different members of the FIP teaching faculty. That's terrifically important because it enables the faculty to get close to students, to come to know them, to watch them as they grow and develop. And I must say, I've taught at King's and in the Foundation Year program for over 10 years, and I'm still friends with over dozens of the students I've taught. I've written them letters of recommendation where I've actually been able to speak knowingly about their opinions because I've watched them over the course of their undergraduate careers. It's an enormously gratifying experience for me and I think for the students here in the program. I can't recommend this kind of education highly enough. I think it's increasingly rare as our students become overly concerned with compartmentalizing and departmentalizing. This is an opportunity to encounter these works as a human being, not yet as a scientist or a chemist or a theater scholar, but as a human being. So I vigorously recommend the program to anyone who thinks they have it in them. I now want to turn it over to the different coordinators who run the 6 sections of the program that I mentioned and let them tell you a little something about each of their sections. Thank you very much.